Good morning, welcome to my Knit365 channel. My name is Martin and I am currently recording from my house in Cardiff in South Wales. I'm recording this intro section now. It is 31st of July, it's about 8 o'clock. I've just woken up, not even finished my first cup of tea, so I apologise if I sound a bit gravelly. But we are shortly due to be leaving to have a weekend away. We are off to the Cotswolds, which is a lovely part of England in Gloucester. And we're going to a little town, village called Stow-On-The-Wold. We've been there once before. It is beautiful. If you can imagine an old English town with yellow stone brick houses and the proper chocolate box, quaint thatch roofs, it's just picture perfect. So Mark and I have been before and we're going away with my brother and sister-in-law. We booked this back in February. Let's have something to look forward to in the pandemic, and boom, here it is. So really looking forward to getting away for the weekend. The reason I'm recording this vlog now is I want to take a crochet project away with me and I need to unwrap it, which I want to film for you before I go so that I can then work on said crochet project while I'm away. So this is just a very quick introductory video. So some of you may have seen online, if you follow Toft, you all know my love of Toft. Today's project and the purpose of this video, I should have said that, shouldn't I? You can tell it's early, brain's not engaged. The purpose of this video is going to be a little mini project vlog all about how we make, drop my pencil. I'm not editing that out either. Again, you know, we love a hot mess. How we make Nancy and Drew this year's Toft summer competition. So, I don't know if that's Nancy or Drew, but there they are. The cutest little bee. So, the summer competition is something that Toft do. I think they do it every year. I remember last year, I remember having massive fear of missing out, FOMO. I said FOMO in the week and Mark was like, you're too old to say FOMO now. So fear of missing out. But last year was Otis the snail, and Kerry asked you to crochet an Otis and take a photo with him in whatever scenario you wanted. And the best would be featured on Toft's Instagram. You'd win a little prize. I think the iron-on patches that I've shown you before, I think there's like a little trophy that you get. I didn't do it. By the time I then decided, because I had loads of stuff on, by the time I decided I was then going to do it, I had like a week and a half left for the competition. I was like, oh, it's just too much. So I didn't do it. I don't know if there was ones in previous years, but there's this year, Nancy and Drew. So we have to make a bee or two and snap a photo, enter it online using the hashtag, which I can't remember. I'll put the details below if you want to go and check out other people's pictures. And Kerry will take a look and judge the winner again. So even if I don't win, I don't do it to take part, to win, I do it to take part. Oh, this is going to be an interesting intro. So I've ordered my kit from Toft and my kit has arrived. So I thought I'd do a very quick unboxing, and then this is the perfect project to take away with me because it's lots of small parts. So I can sit down, have a cup of tea with Mark and my brother and my sister-in-law, and I can whip up a head or I can whip up a body. It's the perfect project to not be a big bulky thing to take away with you. So the package arrived like this. Lovely, nice, recyclable brown paper packaging with a lovely little sticker on it. Oh, I've only just noticed, look at the cute little bee. Oh. And that is, there we go, there's the hashtag, Ed's Summer Bees. So within the package, so you've got to choose wool combinations, and there are 3 colours of wool and you got to choose. So I have gone for the traditional colours that Kerry used in her picture. So we've gone for camel and charcoal. which will be the stripes. And then I've got some cream, which will be the wings. The one thing Kerry did say when she did her video was that they've recently just got some hives at Toft HQ, and they've made the bee pattern based on the bees that they have in the hive at HQ. But she was really interested to see if people came up with a different type of bee. Because of course we have the standard pattern form now that we can basically make whatever we want. So I've had a quick look online at some native British bees, and one of them, I think it's a bumblebee. Don't laugh at me. It could be a honey. I don't know what it's called, but it's a fat bee with a white tail. Whatever it's called. I think I'm going to make one of those. So I've got some cream for the wings, but I will also use cream for the sting. So if you can see in this one, so this one has a dark sting and a body, and then a furry thorax, furry thorax, and the head. So I might do mine with a white sting. I'm holding my bum. I don't know. So within the kit, you get the 3 balls of wool. And then they are some safety eyes, which I've never used before. So obviously there's a back. There's a video that Kerry's recorded on how to do some of the techniques. So I've watched the safety eyes. I've never used them in my animals, my creations. Sneak peek for the one of the blogs. There is, how do I point to it? There. There's a finished Toft object, Kerry Chameleon, but sewn on eyes. So safety eyes. So the kit allows you to make 2. So I've got 2 safety eyes. And then there's a little introduction to the kit. So snap a photo of your finished Nancy the honeybee buzzing around your garden or enjoying some flowers to share with us on Instagram or Facebook using the hashtag #EdSummerBees. Oh, I thought you just got a little patch to be in with a chance of winning over £250 of Toft goodies. Well, that would be a bonus. Like I said, I'm doing it to take part, and it's a new creature, something to bring into the menagerie. I've never taken part in a summer competition before, so really keen to do that. And if I win, great. I probably won't win. I never win anything. So there's a little info card. And then interestingly, on the back, we've got a couple of do you know facts and figures. I won't read them all out now. I'll put some, maybe I'll read some out a bit later on. A bit later on? Yeah, a bit later on in the video. So, little fact card, and then the terms and conditions of the competition. The other thing that's in here then, which I think is really lovely, is, I opened this earlier. We have some wild seeds. So we have wild seed balls. I'm not going to be able to get these back in the bag, am I? Did you see that? And within the kit, we've got the seeds, and Kerry is asking everybody to plant, where they can, some wild seeds to help attract the bees. And of course, some people may be aware from an environmental perspective that there are dwindling fields and hedgerows and flowers, and we need our bees. Our bees are our pollinators. They help us grow food. And I think there's a little bit of a social purpose in this year's summer competition, which I really, really love. The seed ball says, if you're lucky to live in the UK and you might have chosen to include a seed ball in your parcel, this mix is designed specifically to attract solitary bees, honeybees, and bumblebees. That's the one with the white tail, I think, a bumblebee, maybe. Each seed ball contains a mix of bird's foot trefoil, foxglove, red clover, viper's bug gloss, and wild marjoram. Simply throw onto soil or compost in spring or autumn, leaving at least 10 centimetres between each ball. Once the ball becomes moist and the temperature is right, your seeds will germinate. So I will plant my seeds. We've obviously got a little bit of a balcony and we're 5 floors up, so I don't think we're going to get many bees if I plant them, but I might think about putting them in a pot. We did see a bee one year. I don't know. If not, I'll take them to my brother's and scatter them in their garden. So there we go. So I have recorded this intro video. I hope that you enjoy. I apologise that the introduction is a little bit chaotic, but I haven't been caffeinated. We're getting there. So I'm going to take you on my little journey. I'll film some bits as we're in Stow, and then over the next couple of weeks, as I finish my Nancy and my Drew, the two Bs, I will share more progress with you. I think I've got an idea in my head. I went for a walk around Cardiff Bay this week, and up over by the barrage, which I think I've shown you before, there's a park and a load of sandy area, but there's a huge wildflower meadow thing that has just popped up. It was really, really big, and loads of wildflowers. So I think that would be the perfect backdrop to take my pictures. I'm already then thinking, well, do I just hold it and I'm going to need Mark to take the snap? Can I get some fishing wire and wire them up and hold? I don't know. I've got lots of ideas for how I could do a picture. They may come to fruition, they may not. But needless to say, I will film it and you will see what's coming up shortly. So thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. There we go. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of Stow-On-The-Wold. We had a great weekend away, drank a lot, ate a lot, the perfect weekend getaway. What I didn't do a lot of was crochet. So I finished the body, the thorax, no, the abdomen, I think. I finished the abdomen of the bee. I've done the thorax, which is the furry bit. And I'm one of those weirdo Toft crocheters that love doing loop stitch. Honestly, it's one of my favorite techniques. I think it's really funky. So these need to be snipped later on and then fuzzed up to make the furry bit of the bee, which I believe the pollen sticks to. So I've made the thorax and I've done the head, but I need to finish the head off because at this point in the pattern, the decreases start quite severely. So you need to stuff it and then finish it. And I didn't take any stuffing with me, so I couldn't do that. So I've nearly finished the main 3 bits. Then I've got 2 wings, antennae, and 6 legs. It is Tuesday. We got back yesterday. I have been working from home today. Mark has gone to London for a couple of days with work. So I'm going to crack on this evening and hopefully finish all of the parts of B1. There we go. I'm going to flip you around. I have made the wings, but I'm clearly a knitter who crochets, and I've popped this up on Instagram and also on my Twitter feed. So some of you may have seen this previously when you watch this video back. But yeah, me and Tension are clearly not good bedfellows when it comes to crocheting flat. I'll show you what I mean. There we go. That is the same pattern and actually the same crochet hook, but clearly not the same size. So I made, let me swap that one out. I made this one first of all, and it is a little bit curly around the top. I'm okay with it now. I've readjusted it. It was really curly to start with. And part of the pattern starts with you chaining a number of stitches, and then you slip stitch down one side and then double crochet up the other side. And I actually remember watching a video of Kerry's previously on one of the tutorials that she did on Instagram, and talked about why pieces curl, and it's a tension issue where your chain would be either looser or tighter than your actual crochet stitch. So I thought, oh, that's okay. I found it a little bit tricky to go into the slip stitches, so I'll do another one, but I'll make it a little bit looser so that the slip stitches are easier for me to go into. Yeah, but obviously that is way too loose. Although obviously perfect tension wise, because it's very, very flat, whereas this one is still a little bit curly. So if that one exits stage left, I've just had a go at making another one, and they are now pretty much the same size. So I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm not going to undo it again. There is a tiny little bit of curling over, but yeah, it sits flat if you push them out. I'm actually quite happy with that, and I've seen lots of other people's on Instagrams where they seem to be a little bit curly too. So I might make it again. At the moment, I'm not going to. I'm going to move on to the antennae and the legs. But I just thought that was an interesting little snippet to show you. But yes, clearly a knitter who crochets. And whilst I can go round and round and round in the flat, round and round and round in the round, I obviously struggle to go flat and be consistent. But either way, off you go. I've done my wings. On to the next bit. Hello. So Monday the 23rd of August, and it's been 2 weeks. I feel like when I do some of these project videos, I should probably like put a date every time I do a little blog so that you've got a bit of a timeline. But either way, it's been about 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, since I last recorded anything. And I haven't done a great deal of crafting. I've not been very well. I've had, I don't know, a bit of a viral thing, bit of the sniffles. I feel much better now. So I'm back to crafting. But because of that, I kind of felt, these bees are fiddly. Like, you've just seen the problems I was having with the wings. But I just thought I'd do a quick check-in video. I've not got my tripod, which you might be a bit bouncy. But I've made good progress. I started over the weekend to pick this back up. So you have seen that I've made the 3 bits for B1. That was what I crocheted earlier on in the video while we were in Stow. And you've just seen that I had the problems with the wings. I have now made the first pair of wings, and I've also made the second pair of wings. So I have 4 wings, but I've probably made about 9 wings because I kept ripping them back. I managed to kind of just fudge it myself. So this one is a lot neater. And I think the issue with the wing is my double crochets that come up over the top. I don't know if they were too tight or I don't know what it was, because like I said earlier, I'm a knitter who crochets. So I'm not sure what was causing it, but the bendy over bit, which this one does do, I'm not undoing this one. I'm just living with it. It's fine. One of the beads is going to have slightly curlier wings than the other. It curls over here, which is kind of the double crochets that you do around the top. So what I did was to kind of fudge it. As I double crocheted up, I just put some extra double crochets in. So like I did 2 double crochets in that bit, maybe 2 double crochets here, 2 double crochets here. And that kind of worked for me. And the other one is pretty flat too. So yeah, I've just made it work. And hey, do you know what? There's no such thing as the knitting police. I appreciate this is crochet, but the sentiment is the same. And also, I kind of feel like I'm making a fibery interpretation of a real thing. And I bet if you look at every bee, their wings are going to be different. So I'm okay with the fact that one of the wings will be slightly curlier than the other. But I'm glad I've kind of found a way that I'm a little bit more comfortable with. So I've done the wings anyway, and I've also done all of the legs. Man, they were fiddly. So there are 3 sizes of the legs. I'll show you when I sew them up. I don't know if I can show you now because I'm doing this one-handed. They are bulbous. So they've got the little bit on the bottom, which I'm guessing is a foot. Bees need to walk around, don't they? So that's a little foot and then a little leg. And then you alternate the number of chains. So the big one, then the medium one, then the smaller one. So I've done all of the legs. And for those of you that have watched my videos for a while, if you caught my Vlogmas series when I was making the Welsh Wizard, there he is. Little Wisdy boy there in the corner. I'm pointing, you can't see, can you? Him, there. I couldn't do his hands because he was really, really fiddly. And the hands, I think, were four stitch rounds to make the individual fingers. These were 5 stitch rounds, and I managed it, and it was in dark wool. So I feel like my crochet confidence and my skills may be improved since December. So if I was doing another doll, I might have another go at the hands rather than just doing the mitten that I ended up with. Who knows? But anyway, long-winded way to give you a very quick update. As I said, Monday the 21st of August, 23rd of August, my mum's birthday, I shouldn't get that wrong. And yeah, I've just got the body left to make on bee number 2. I am going to make a bumblebee. I had this issue at the beginning. I'm going to make a yellow bee anyway. So I'm going to do... Am I doing a yellow bee? I think I'm doing a yellow bee, but he's going to have a white sting anyway. I'm going to go and research the bee now because I'm not going to make the second bee the exact same colours. So I'm going to make this evening, hopefully, a start on bee number 2. I have 2 weeks to go until the competition closes, which was the whole point of doing this, was to enter the competition and then do a little blog for you all. So yes, I'm going to make bee number 2. I've made all the bits, then it's just the sewing up and then getting outside and taking a picture. We've got a couple of days off work at the end of this week, so I am hoping to get my pictures done the end of this week, and then it's Monday today, and then maybe Friday or Saturday this vlog will go up. It's about a week late, but hey ho, like I've said before in many videos, life gets in the way, and this is a no stress blog. So I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to go and do some more bee bits, and yeah, I'll check in a short while. Good morning, good morning. Yes, it's been a long while since I last did a quick update video, and it is Saturday the 28th of August, so I'm cutting it fine to get the final bit of this video edited all together. I wanted to get it out last week. Feeling a lot better than I was, definitely wasn't 100%, so I haven't done a lot of crafting. But I've made good progress. I finished all the bee bits, and I'm just doing the final sewing up. We've got a visitor today, Loki. Oh, look, there he is. Yeah, he slept over last night. We're gonna go for a nice long walk and go out for breakfast in a little while. So I am filming. I'm trying to be down with the kids. And I'm on my iPad, so I don't know what this footage is going to be like, but I'll put it in anyway. But yes, I have kind of set myself up to do a TikTok. Who am I? I'm a content creator. Yeah, so I've had the bees in front of the camera, but I don't know if I can move the camera and then like pick the story back up. So I've kind of just left it there. Got 2 chances, haven't I? So yes, it's Saturday, and I'm going to just sew the eyes on, and then that is the bee finished. I'll show you them again properly, obviously. There's B1. And B2. With a white tail, which is the bee that I remember from my childhood. So yeah, so I'm going to finish this. Where's he gone? Look, oh, there you are. What are you doing over there? Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna finish videoing this today. I was gonna say editing. I'm gonna finish videoing this today, and then I want to then film just a final little bit of footage, which you'll hopefully see coming up shortly, of me out trying to take my artistic photo. I've still got a week to go before the end of the competition. So I'm going to pop a little bit of footage of that in, and then I'll probably come back and do a quick wrap up. But I just thought I would just check in, because I don't know what the last bit of the video was. But there we go. So onto the eyes. I've never used safety eyes before. That's going to be an interesting one. More on that in a minute. Okay, quick check-in on the safety eyes. I'm not going to do this before I go out. We are taking him for a walk, and then we're going to go out for breakfast. I just had to snip the eye off. Fiddly. So you can see the little indentation there. That's where the eye goes. So the safety eyes come on a little card with a little back. So you push the eye through the little eye patch. Aye, Captain. And then clip it into place. So I've done that, but I don't, it's just a sewing up. I hate sewing fiddly things. The legs, interestingly, are 3 fiddly things, but you actually slip stitch them together. So you slip stitch so that it's just a 3, and then you sew it on. Great technique. Please, let's have more of that, Toft. Yeah, little fiddly things. So I've just had to snip it off because his eye was like bulging. It didn't look very good. So I'm not going to rush this now. I'm going to have to hope that my TikTok saves. If not, it'll be a lesson. So yeah, so I will sew the eye on when I come back. And then I'll do the same on Drew. And these wings are better, but they're still killing me, honestly. Curly. Maybe I should have blocked them. I'm not getting into that now. Right. You will see, hopefully, some finished eyes in a moment. I am off for brunch. Sunday morning, and I've got a wooden spoon, I've got some fishing wire, and I've got Nancy the bee. So yes, I have attached some fishing wire. I've got a wooden spoon so I can hold from a distance, and we are off to take some pictures. Drew has got his wire on already. So, Mark, what are you doing? Where are you? Wave! Hi. So, we are ready to go. He's come in much against his better judgment, because I can't fly the bees and take a picture. Take you with us, off we go. Bees and all the flowers. And there we go. That's the bees all finished. I'm really pleased that the finished articles look like the picture. Always a good start. But yeah, I've really enjoyed making these funny little creatures. I'll show you them off in a little bit more detail. The footage from yesterday looks really good. I've just edited that bit of it together, and I've got loads of pictures that I've taken. I'll pop some in a moment so that you can see. It is Monday morning. It's Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, so Monday the 30th of August. This video is a long time in the making. I'm still a bit gravelly first thing in the morning, getting over my cold. So I had a few weeks off, as I said a bit earlier on, without much crafting at all. There will be an August wrap-up video. I have done some crafting. I have got some finished objects. I've not done as much as I wanted to, though. I said it wasn't going to be as productive as July was, but there we go. So here is Nancy. I've decided she's the first one, and here is Drew. So Nancy, I think Toft said that it's she's a garden bee. Which is the type of bees that they have at Toft HQ now. But construction-wise, you've seen in the video, obviously, you make the head, the thorax, and the abdomen as separate items. I mentioned a little while ago, the legs are 3 different sizes, but a great technique to join them together and then sew them to the underside of the body. She looks a bit like a spider, but I'm guessing that's like an insect thing. So there's the legs, the abdomen. If I move the wings back, you can see. So on a bee, this part, the thorax on the bee this is the furry bit. So you did the loop stitch technique, and then we snipped all the tops off and then give it a bit of a rub just to fluff it up a bit, which I think is really lovely texture. And then of course, the infamous wings, which I won't say any more about. You've all been sick of me talking about the wings. And then the eyes, little patches get added, and then the antennae. They are crocheted straight into the head. So you do a slip stitch to join onto the head, and then you create some chains up and then create the shape back down. So that is Nancy. So Nancy is a garden bee. And then we have Drew, her friend, and Drew is a garden bumblebee. And I said earlier in the video, I just remember, like, no one had bees when I was little, but I think I just remember them in my grandparents' garden. And I always remembered a bee with a fat tail and a white sting. So I wanted to make Drew as a garden bumblebee. Exactly the same as Nancy, obviously slightly different colouring. I also did 2 colours on the thorax. So whereas Nancy just has this oatmeal, I think, thorax, Drew has a few yellow rounds and then the charcoal round, just to give a little bit of extra texture and a bit more definition. And yeah, I made him slightly fatter. If I show you the picture that I've got, I found this online. So here is Nancy and here is Drew. And he's got a bit of a fatter body. And there's no fat shaming of bees, obviously, but I just decided to make him slightly bigger. You can kind of make it out. I know it's there, that's all that matters. I did 1 extra increase round to make him a little bit fatter. And I really like him. He is my favourite. I know you shouldn't have favourites. It's like choosing your favourite child. But he is my favourite. I say that to my mum all the time because I'm one of 3 and I'm the oldest. And she's like, I don't have favourites. And I'm like, okay, but it's me. So here are Nancy and Drew. And yeah, really excited to have taken part. And as I said right at the very beginning, even if I don't win, it's been such a fun thing to take part in. And I don't necessarily think I'm very creative. I love knitting, I love crochet, but I'm very rigid. It's like when I cook, I like to follow a recipe. Mark will just like make things up and cook amazing things. I'm very organized, so I like to follow people's patterns. So this was quite interesting because I followed the pattern and had the schematic of what I was doing, but I then had to think, well, how will I take my pictures? How will I customize them? So it's been a nice little design challenge. So I will pop some pictures in now and I'll just kind of talk over them. So I really like the way in this one that he's kind of flying away, so you can't really see the string, which is good, the fishing wire. So Nancy's having a little fly, and then there's this one where they're looking forwards, and then we've got another one where they're looking together. And I just love how, as naturally as it can be with a crocheted creature in and amongst the flowers, it does kind of look quite natural. I haven't decided on which one is going to be my entry yet. I'm very indecisive sometimes. I'm a bit of a ditherer, but I've probably got 4 or 5 that I need to make a decision on. I'll get Mark to help me, which one he likes. Or I might put it in the family WhatsApp group, and the family can decide. But yeah, that was really interesting, and we had really good weather yesterday. I've caught the sun a bit on my head again while we were out taking pictures. So that is this video finished. I've edited most of the footage together already. I'm just doing this wrap up. I just wanted to add, I didn't mention it, the knitting shop that I went to is called the Bourton Basket. I'll see if I can find some details for them and pop it in the description box below if I can. Yeah, so we went to Stow-On-The-Wold, and then as I put on screen, we went to Bourton-On-The-Water for a little day trip and found a knitting shop, or found a yarn shop. So I bought some more cottons because I was making key rings. I still had some more orders. So I needed a couple of extra cottons. I did buy some wool. I'll show it off in my next video as part of my acquisition section. But it's super squishy alpaca, and my brother chose the wool, and they'll of course be likely to become baby cardigans or baby jumpers, because I'm just obsessed with making small things at the moment. So yeah, so the Bourton Basket, and it was lovely. And if you do get a chance to go to Stow-On-The-Wold or Bourton-On-The-Water, or the Cotswolds in general, please, I would encourage you to do it. It's such a lovely and beautiful part of the UK, and actually not far from me in Cardiff, maybe an hour and a half. So probably definitely go back for a cup of tea and some green teas and afternoon tea. They did look good. We didn't do that because we were going out for dinner. We were very good. Anyway, so I just wanted to add that at the end of this wrap video. So I hope you've enjoyed. It's been a bit of a journey. I've showed you some of the techniques. I've showed you some of my thought processes. I really do like doing these project videos where we start right at the very beginning with a ball of wool, and then we come all the way to the end with a finished object. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are a regular viewer and you don't subscribe, please click on the subscribe button. If you are new here and you don't subscribe, click on the subscribe button. It really helps me to grow my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free to subscribe, but you get notified of all of my latest videos, or all of my videos when they're uploaded. So thank you very much for your support. Let me know in the comments below. I am behind with comments, and I will catch up. Again, not be very well, but I will definitely catch up on the comments over the next couple of weeks. And coming up next will be my July wrap-up video. No, my August wrap-up video. I always get that wrong. Which will probably be next weekend, with exciting news of this year's West Knits Mystery Knit Along. It's coming in October. So there's bound to be some plans that I can share with you then for Vlogtober as well. We're not doing daily videos, but maybe twice a week videos, if that is interesting for people, as the West Knits Shawl Along happens. So yeah, lots of plans over the next couple of weeks. So I'll be back in a week or so with the next video. But until then, I hope that you are all keeping well. Thank you for giving me a bit of your time today. And until we speak again, happy crafting.